sucked up in one vacuum, so don't act like you don't know what it is.
How did you feel when Erica made the remark that she was scared for her life because you scared her?
You know what? That is Erica. You know, Laura Barron called it exactly. She said you cannot play the victim and be an instigator in the same sentence. You can't do it, and that is what Erica tried to master. She loved to instigate to where people flipped out. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm scared. I'm afraid. I fear for my life." And again, there was a lot more of that in the house from Erica than America got to see. A lot more.
A lot more, huh?
Yes.
When you got chosen to do your cutoff, were you like, cause you guys were at shopping, and then what happened, was you went to pay for something, and they told you that your card was declined, and you had to go down to the basement to discuss it. And when you got into
they told us to go talk about it at customer service, to take our complaints over there. So what did I think of that, or?
Yeah, like did you not see the cameras following you, or?
No, I knew that I was flying out to LA to be on a TV show. I knew that, but I thought I was going on a show called The Good Life. I thought I was going to be, celebrated. They were going to watch me shop. They wanted to know about me. They wanted to know what constitutes me as being spoiled. That's what I thought I was going out there for.
Oh.
And when they declined my credit card, which, that doesn't happen, I knew something was completely off. And like I said before earlier in the first question you asked me, I was boggled. I had no idea. I was shocked.
So, has anything changed? Like, are you still the same Jess? Like, what's changed for you?
Well, definitely what changed for me is, I don't, tan in UV beds anymore. That was a big topic of conversation. People love to say, I'm too orange, do this, do that. I don't tan in those beds anymore. I go spray tanning. I quit smoking. And, my personality is my personality. I'm a very nice person. I'm very giving. I'll give somebody the shirt off my back. And I'm very sweet to everybody. But if you cross me, disrespect me, my friends, or my family, or somebody that I, like, or even if somebody I don't like, and I just feel like they're being tortured for no apparent reason, I will stand up and I will open my mouth. I am an opinionated person, and I don't think that makes me a mean person, but it's who I am. There's no gray area with me. So as far as me fighting, I don't fight like that in real life. I do fight, but I don't fight as often as that. I'm not constantly in a house with 8 other girls who I can't stand half of them. So.
When Laura decided to kick Chrissy out of the house, being that was your friend, how did you feel?
Oh, I was so upset. I was so upset when she kicked Chrissy out, because I thought, we're here, this is, technically a princess rehab. This is like a program for spoiled girls. People are going to have their faults. People are going to have flaws and imperfections, and we have to, work with one another versus, when there's a challenge, just kick her out. And that's what I didn't like. I didn't like that Chrissy obviously was a challenge. She didn't get along with Laura. She got along with the girls in the house, but she didn't get along with Laura. That was a challenge for her, and I feel like she just kind of washed her hands clean of it. That's my opinion.
What I liked about you, Jess, was that, alright, when you think spoiled, you think high maintenance, really like ditzy, and just really annoying. But you showed that you can be spoiled, and you can be like all prima donna, but you don't have to be all annoying. You can be regular.
Absolutely. And, that's another, thing that people have, said, that I don't act rich, I don't act this or that. Absolutely not. I don't act that way. I was not raised to act that way. I think girls who, if you don't know me, and you can tell that I'm rich. Obviously, I'm acting better than you in some way or another. I'm flaunting. I'm rubbing things in your face. I'm up, I'm playing everything up. I'm flashing this and flashing that. I don't do that. I was raised, not everybody has the same things I have, and you never hurt people indirectly like that, because you can hurt people. And, everything that my family has, we didn't just, as Erica says, old money and new money, where she means her father, was a plastic surgeon, her great-grandfather was a plastic surgeon, or whatever the case is, she always had money. My parents worked for everything they have. So every vacation, every pair of Louboutins, every beautiful car, everything that I have, it was, not earned by me, but my parents worked for and they got to live comfortably and sit nice from all the years of work,
Why do you feel like you were chosen to be cut off? Why do you feel like your parents cut you off?
Well, my mom said that I needed to learn how to fend for myself in the real world. And, aside from being spoiled and, not having to pay a bill or, just getting anything and everything I wanted, I was sheltered in a sense where, I didn't know how to cook, I didn't know how to do laundry, I didn't know how to make a bed, I didn't know how to, scrub a toilet, which I never did and never will do. But, there were certain things as far as, being domesticated and being able to survive on my own financially one day. There was a worry. So that's where my mother wanting to cut me off came into play.
Have you found a job yet?
No, I haven't found a job yet. I should be looking, but I'm not. I think I'm focusing more on, a different career path than what I went to school for, which is surgical assisting. I'm focusing more on the entertainment industry right now, so.
Well, you got my vote, because I will be striking Vh1 so that you can get your own show.
Oh my God, I hope you and like 15,000 other people.
Oh yeah, we'll be outside of VH1's corporate office striking with signs saying "Get Jess her own show."
Oh, see, to comment like that, and people who also feel the same way as you do, that's what makes everything worth it. That's what erases every negative comment. That's what, knocks out every, belittling statement that people make. That's what makes it all worth it. That there are people out there who do support me and who do want to see me again. So I appreciate that very much.
I definitely do. And I know a lot of people want to see you again. I only watched your cutoff because of you. I mean, of course, there are people who did the caddy stuff, but if you take out you, Pam, Chrissy, and Gia, you would just have a big show of spoiled girls who are just annoying.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I
agree. Where can we follow you? Can you give everybody your official Twitter name?
Sure. My official Twitter name is pretty simple. It's at Jess Climato. And you can also check out my website, my official website, which is www.jessicaclimato.com. And you can request me on my Facebook. And that's also Jessica Climato. But that's where you guys can find me.
What's going on your life now? What have you been doing since the show?
Since the show, I've been doing, a lot of magazine interviews, online interviews. I filmed CBS, The Early Show, and I have some things in the works now with Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in September. So there's a lot of really awesome things going on for me right now. And, of course, I'm not putting out an album like every other girl on Your Cutoff is doing, but I'm going in the direction that I, feel fits me best. I can't sing a note like the other girls, but, again, I'm not going to be, throwing out an album.
But how can you get me into Fashion Week?
How can what?
How can you get me into Fashion Week?
Oh, if I knew, I don't even know how I got in Fashion Week. So, I mean, I don't even know. I think you could maybe